Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do. It is going to be my makeup monthly for the month of March. So this is my wrap-up video on items that I've been trying out. I have a favorite section, I have the products that failed me, and I also talk about the products that I thought were just okay. I do a creator, a spotlight in this video, and then I do have some book news and some other news at the end as well, so stay tuned for that. I did want to say that I do have a video on this look. This was Friday's video, which was my March Madness finale, my little like game makeup series that I run here in the month of March. So I posted the finale on Friday. If you want to see the full get ready with me, I will put that one up in the cards. And okay, I think that's it. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So for this video, I kind of looked back on my get ready with me, my trying new makeup videos. A lot of times I will do separate videos and it'll be a hits and misses and a wrap up of everything that I've been trying. But I've been really trying to incorporate those into my makeup monthly videos because there's so many things to talk about, but there's only so many videos that I can put up. So I have quite a few videos that I'm, you know, technically following up from in today's video. I'm very excited about that. But we are going to start it off with products that failed me. Okay, let's start off with this first one. I really didn't like this. I've seen a lot of people like this, and I just don't like it. So there's that. But this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the eye primer. I just didn't like this. This comes out like it's very white when I put it on, but it also, you need like the tiniest drop of this and it goes a long way. So the first time I used it, I used way too much and I was like, all right, that's my bad, that's obviously on me, I will be better next time. But it's just almost hard to, even with like because it's just a squeeze tube. I have a mini here. It was like a deluxe sample that I could order at Sephora for free and whatnot. And so, but with the squeeze tube, it's really hard, and there's been some times where I squeeze it and too much comes out. So I'm trying to like put it onto my hand because I don't want to put as much on my eye. I don't know, I just couldn't really get this to work for me. I feel like this works really well if you do maybe more like detailed or over the top kind of looks than I do, because I don't really go for those a lot. I see a lot of people using this eye primer specifically for like a lot of like cut crease and just very beautiful time-consuming eye looks that I just don't really do. And I don't know, man, I just could not get it to work for me. I tried it a handful of times to try to see if I could get it right, but I feel like I can't get it right and I look wild. And especially if I do, like if I have my face makeup done first and then I come in with this, then I feel like my day is over. Like just pack it up, move on, you're done. You know, that's how I feel. Next up I have this one from Urban Decay. This just didn't work out for me. Okay, this is the Stay Naked The Fix. It's their 16-hour powder foundation. So this one was sent to me from Urban Decay. So just a powder foundation. I like the compact and it has a mirror and all of that. The shade I was trying was 30 CP, which is 30 Cool Pink. Urban Decay definitely has a lot of different shades, and it's almost kind of like a math equation to get to the one that suits you. This one was a little bit light for me, but I was still able to try it out to at least get an idea of if I like it, if I like the formula, and I really didn't love it. I'll say I don't really go for powder foundations. Just like straight powder foundations like this, don't really go for that. I used to. I have gone through multiples of the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Powder Foundation. Like that's at one point in my life, that is what I did. But as humans, we all grow and change and preferences change, and you know, we talk about different things. Like we're just, you know, as humans, we change. I just don't really go for the powder foundations anymore, but I still wanted to give this one a try. So I tried it on its own. I tried it setting a liquid foundation, even though I don't really suggest that, but you know, I was just trying it different ways to see if I could find a way that worked for me best. I will say that I feel like it feels nice. Like when I swatch it and whatnot, I feel like it feels nice and creamy, but it looks too powdery on me. It makes me look really dry. It makes me look pretty cakey. It just, when I wear this, it looks like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. And especially for if I'm going to be doing a powder foundation look, typically that's when I'm going to be going for maybe my more like natural type of stage, and this one doesn't give me like the natural vibes. I like a powder foundation if it's going to, you know, kind of even out my skin tone and just make it kind of like my skin but better, but this didn't do that. It had like the opposite effect on me. So again, I don't really wear powder foundations a ton, but I wanted to give it a try and see what I thought, and it just didn't really work out for me. So unfortunately, that one was a no-go from Urban Decay. So I got a package recently from Kokie Cosmetics. I have a video, Get Ready With Me, where I was trying a few of their different products. I have 2 other ones that I'm gonna review coming up, but unfortunately this product didn't work for me, and I'm shocked, honestly. Shocked that this didn't work out for me. So from Kokie Cosmetics, this is the Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. I'm so surprised. I thought for sure this was gonna be my standout of the products that were sent to me from Kokie. Like hands down, if you would ask me, I would have said this is the one that I'm going to love, and I didn't really like it. And you can see in my first impression video that I was kind of like, huh? Like why does this not look good on me? To me, it looks so dry on my under eyes. Now I have really dry under eyes, and I'm also really particular about my concealers. I actually did a concealer declutter recently. I've been doing a declutter every week. Concealers was my latest one. I totally did not add this one. I don't know why. I didn't go through my new basket. I have a basket where I keep all of my new products, and I don't know, I have a separate, my organization is a mess, but I have a separate box of like products that I ordered that I still need to review, and I had my e.l.f. hydrating concealer in there, so I went in that box and grabbed that e.l.f. one, but I forgot to go to like the PR side and grab that one, so this didn't make it in the declutter. I would have kept it because I still needed to review it and all of that, but I didn't really like it. It just looked so dry on me, and I was so surprised. It just kind of emphasized everything that I have going on. You know, I just turned 33, holla, and you know, my under eyes aren't the smoothest, they aren't wrinkle free, they aren't, you know, and I felt like this was a concealer that was just not doing me any favors. But the dryness part really caught me off. I know that says it's an illuminating concealer, but to the e.l.f. one that's a hydrating concealer, that to me looks super dry on my under eyes. I'm like, I don't understand. But concealers that are more matte, like the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, which is what I have on today, even the Pat McGrath new concealer is a natural matte finish. Those I love. Like, I don't understand. I thought my preferences would be totally flipped, but unfortunately it was really hard to convince myself to use this a couple more times just to make sure, just to, you know, you never know, you can try something once and you're just having a bad day and things don't work out the best for you, but I just don't really see myself reaching for this one anymore. Alright, next up I want to move to the fine category. This is where I talk about products that weren't an absolute fail for me, but it just wouldn't be totally truthful if I put the favorite stamp on them. And I wanted to continue with reviewing the products that I tried from Kokie Cosmetics. So this one here is the Skin Perfect HD Foundation. I believe this runs for $13, $13.99. So it's a glass bottle and you have a pump on it. I got the shade 20W sent over from Kokie. This is supposed to be more of like a medium to full coverage foundation and give you a natural matte finish. I like a medium coverage foundation. I typically tend to go for a little bit more natural, if maybe a little bit on the dewy or luminous side, and I liked this one. Again, I just can't say it's a total favorite of mine, and it's one of those products that after I tried it for the first time, I kind of forgot about it for a little bit. You know, I'm always trying and reviewing products and testing new things out and all of that, and so when a product doesn't jump out at me right away, that kind of tells me what I feel about it. But I don't think that it's a bad foundation. Again, I think that it's pretty good. I would say that it has a pretty solid medium coverage to it. You can build it up. It is a little bit more mattifying for my personal preference, but again, that's just me. But I think the wear time was pretty nice on it too. I don't think it's my most long wearing foundation, but I didn't notice it breaking up or kind of wearing away after, you know, just a few hours. So there's that. So again, I like it. I think that it was a good product. It just didn't necessarily blow me away, but I will continue to use that. But the product that I ended up liking the most from Kokie, which I didn't see coming, was their mascara. Now this is the Volume and Length Mascara, and when I tried it in the first impressions video, I didn't really love it there either. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, this is okay. Sometimes with mascaras, I don't love a new one off of the first application. It's almost something like, I've heard other people say this, but it's almost like having to open it up and let it breathe or something. That's when I start to like my mascaras. It's super weird. But after that, after like, I would say like the first 2 times or so, I kept trying it, of course, and then I was like, wait a second, this is a nice mascara. It really does nice things for lengthening. It also adds some more darkness to my lashes, which I do like, and I didn't have a lot of issues with smudging or transfer, which that always kind of drives me crazy with mascaras. I ended up really liking this one. Again, I went back and forth of if I should put it in the fine category or put it in my favorite category, but I still, like, I really like it. I'd recommend it. I think it's good, but it's not one of those that just totally blew me away. And that's why I have the fine category, where I can still say I like something and I can still recommend it, but you know, it's not stamped with a favorite. But I really like this one. I thought it was really good. So if you've tried this mascara from Kokie, definitely let me know. A foundation that I tried out, I actually have a wear test here on my channel if you'd wanted to see it, but that is with the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. I did purchase this one myself. I got the shade L40, so it comes in the squeeze tube here. I ended up really liking this foundation too. Once again, I went back and forth with this one if I wanted to put it in the fine category or the favorite category. I just feel like when it comes to foundations, I have my top foundations right now, and those are the ones that I'm continually reaching for and going into. I have a video ranking all of the foundations that I tried in 2019, and a lot of those that I just said are like my top. Those are in that video, so if you'd want to see it, I can link it in the cards too. And so while I like this one and I will continue to wear it and I enjoy it, it's just hard for me to say it's a favorite, especially when I compare it to the other ones that are just like my foundation loves, you know? So the foundation retails for $39.50. It says it's a clean, long-wearing foundation with gentle micellar technology that mimics skin texture for a natural, flawless finish. It's supposed to be medium coverage with a natural finish. So that's why I purchased it, because those two things are my sweet spot, medium coverage and natural foundation. And I do agree, and I think that it looks really nice on my skin. I still think that it's nice and lightweight. I've worn it several times now. I haven't had any issues with it. I know some of the ingredients, not everyone is a big fan of some of the ingredients in here, so I was also aware of that and waiting to see if any time that I use this foundation, if I noticed a bad reaction to it. And for myself, I haven't. I do have more sensitive skin also, but I haven't. Anytime that I've worn it, I haven't noticed any sort of like crazy reaction to it, which is good. And it's just one of those that I like the way that it looks on me, and I like the way that it holds up. Again, I have that 10-hour wear test if you'd want to check it out, but I think that it looked really good all throughout the day, and every time I wear it, I do really like it. Again, really close to putting this in my favorite category, but I still think that it's a nice foundation if those are the types of foundations that you like to go to. Like if you just like something that looks really, really natural on the skin, isn't too heavy, isn't too much coverage, but still is good for me to, because if you saw my get ready with me on this makeup look, like I definitely have a lot of redness on my skin, and I think it does a good job really covering up. So I was a fan of this one from Bite Beauty. Okay, I also wanted to review my Blendiful from Tati Beauty. I do also have a video trying this out for the first time. I try it out. I washed it on camera and all of that, and I have used it several times. I just haven't come back to give my follow-up on it, but I've used this one several times. I did purchase this myself from the Tati Beauty website, and I do like it. I think that it's a nice product, but again, I'm not putting it in my favorite section because over time, and this is what I wanted to see, like over time, after I've had it for a while, after I've gotten the feel for it, what do I naturally gravitate towards? Do I gravitate towards my brushes? Do I gravitate towards my sponges? Do I gravitate towards the Blendiful when doing my face makeup? And still the number one for me to apply foundation and concealer and all of that is still my sponges. Something about makeup sponges, I just enjoy it so much. With that in mind, I felt like it just was really hard for me to say that this is an absolute favorite, but I still think that it's a nice product. I had a little bit of I don't know if I want to say learning curve, but I know that these aren't brand new to the industry or anything like that, and you know, Tati also said that in her video, but it's not something that I generally use a lot of. So it took me a little bit to like, okay, you know, what's the best way for me to hold it? What's the best way to like swipe, pat, you know, what should I do? It took me a little bit to get the best feel for it, but I will say that a lot of times I took this makes me so sad to say this, but like on my trips in, like if I was going to the next town to do any shopping or see my friends or anything like that, and I would do my makeup, like a lot of times I would leave my house really early and I just wouldn't want to do my makeup that early. I don't like doing my makeup like right after skincare. I like to let my skincare kind of sink in for a while. So I would drive and then I would get ready in my car, and this was really handy because like a sponge, you do have to wet it, and sometimes that's not easy if you're in a car and you're like, oh no, what am I supposed to do? This was really handy to throw in my bag, and I really like that. I also have the Baby Blendiful. It might actually be, that one might be in my travel bag, which is coming up here. But I liked the Baby Blendiful, which is the smaller heart-shaped one, for kind of touch-ups. And I'm not super oily, but sometimes, especially like today, I have on the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I can get pretty luminous after wearing this for a while, so it's nice to be able to touch up, and I thought the Baby Blendiful was great for that. But I do think that this applies my makeup well. I mean, I've washed this a lot. I've washed this a lot. I had a period of time there where I was going into the Des Moines area every single week, and I was taking this with me nearly every single week, and I was continuing to wash it and continuing to wash it, and mine is still in really good shape. I never had any issues with it like splitting open. I didn't have issues with like anything coming off on my skin. I felt like this was really nice. Again, it's just, it didn't end up being a new favorite of mine, but I still like it and I will still continue to use it, and I would still recommend it. I enjoy it, and I like that you got the Blendiful and the Baby Blendiful in the pack too. So if you guys have tried out the Blendiful, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it after it's been out for a while. What are you thinking on it? Definitely let us know. All right, to finish off the fine category, I have some eyeshadow palettes to review. So recently Juvia's Place came out with 4 new eyeshadow palettes. I did get them sent over to me, and I have tried out these 2 here. So one I have is the Violets, and I do have this featured in a YouTube video. And then I also did try out the Nudes. So these are 6 pan palettes. So the Violets is definitely much more of a purple palette, and then the Nudes, of course, called to me because it's just a very basic nude palette, and I love those. These are $14 each, which definitely is not a bad price. I think the packaging is really nice on them. The like artwork on them I think is just beautiful, and I think that these are really nice palettes. Again, not like I'm not able to say they're 100% a favorite of mine, but I think that they're really nice. The purple one I do think especially is very pretty. If you love purples, which purple is one of my favorite colors to wear, this is a beautiful palette. They are mostly shimmers in here. These 2 on the end are the matte shades, and you have more of a lighter purple and then a really deep purple too, and then you have these really lovely shimmers. The Juvia's Place eyeshadow formula isn't my total favorite. I like it. I think that it's a little bit more like the mattes I feel like are more buildable, which I like that instead of being too over the top. And I feel like the shimmers in this palette especially were really nice. I didn't feel like you had to use a dry brush, and they still performed really well. I was really impressed with the purple one. The nude is obviously, you know, it's your nude palette, but again, I mean, you don't have to purchase all 4 that they came out with. You don't have to purchase multiple. You can pick the one that suits you the most. But this was a really pretty peachy palette. Last month in my Makeup Monthly, I also reviewed the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows that came out, and also in that video I reviewed the new e.l.f. palettes, the bite-sized palettes from e.l.f., and I said I liked the e.l.f. better than the Fenty. Honestly, I like these better than the Fenty Beauty eyeshadows as well. I think the quality is better, so if you like the peachy, there was one of the Fenty palettes kind of reminded me a little bit of this color story in here. I honestly would recommend the Juvia's Place over it. I don't think there was really like a purple one from Fenty, but again, I like the purple one the more out of the 2 that I tried, but I know not everyone loves purple, and maybe you love the neutrals a little bit more. But I did think that these were really nice eyeshadow palettes, so again, I would recommend them, and I will continue to use them. And then the other palette that I have to talk about, switching gears from more affordable palettes to a very expensive palette. This is from my girlfriend, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the new Pillow Talk palette. So we have 3, 6, 9. Damn you fine. Suck it to me one more time. So this has 12 eyeshadows in here. You do also have the mirror. So the Pillow Talk palette does retail for $75, which is definitely very expensive. You know, Charlotte Tilbury tends to be higher priced. I will say though that I ended up really liking this palette. Again, I do like more of your neutral shades, but I really liked the shade selection in here, from some more pinks, some more peachy shades, the browns, and then kind of your deeper colors out here. I feel like it was laid out really well, and the shade selection for someone who's a neutral lover but also really enjoys pinks. But then I have the brown options in here too. Like the shade selection, I was like, yeah, spot on. I also have a video trying this out for the first time here on YouTube, and I was pleasantly surprised in that video. I kept kind of mentioning like how surprised I was at how much I enjoyed it, and I definitely do. I think, again, quality wise, I think that it's a great palette. The thing that trips me up almost every time is that I do think $75 is really expensive. It kind of goes back to, I just recently did a look with each of the new Charlotte Tilbury quads that came out. I really like the quads. I like the looks that I did with them, but I felt like the price tag was a little bit high, and that's how I feel too. I'll say what I usually say: if you're a high-end luxury lover and that doesn't make you blink your eyes, I think that you would really like this. If these are your colors, I think that you'd really like it. I think the quality is great, but I don't know. I guess I just don't know what qualifies, like when I'm gonna find a quality that is so mind-blowing that I can justify a price tag like that. Maybe it'll happen someday, I don't know. But just for me right now, it's still just really high, but I like it a lot. I like how they're broken down by day, dusk, date, and dream. I think it's so well put together. I think the shades are great. I think the quality is fantastic. I think that's a really nice palette. It just is a little bit hard for me to say it's a total favorite of mine. But again, I like it. I would recommend it if it's, you know, your type of style and you're okay with that and all. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. So before I move over into my favorites, I do like to do a creator spotlight. I'm doing these a little bit differently. Before, how I've done them in the past, I typically let the person know ahead of time. We plan like an interview for my newsletter. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that exactly I'm doing with my newsletter going forward. I'm trying to like still put updates out there, but I don't know. But for going forward with my makeup monthly, it's just going to be a surprise who my creator spotlight of the month is. You're just not going to know, and it's just gonna be a surprise for everybody, okay? Except me. But this month I wanted to shout out KinkySweat, or Alicia. KinkySweat is her YouTube channel and also her Instagram. I actually found her first through Instagram, and I think I found her first through yoga. So if you guys don't know, I love yoga. I've been practicing yoga for many years now. It's a favorite thing to do. I start my mornings every morning with a yoga routine, with a yoga flow. It just is, I love yoga. And KinkySweat is fantastic. I could get like lost on her Instagram feed for hours, and I love the videos that she posts of her just trying things out. Sometimes they're a little bit more instructional, but sometimes they're just her trying out different poses, different routines, different flows, and I love watching them so much. So I actually first found her on Instagram and was like, she's amazing. She's so incredibly talented and can do amazing things with her body. And then I started watching her YouTube videos, and I love her personality, but I love her humor. It's like impossible to watch one of her videos and not like laugh or chuckle or snort at some point. Like, it's gonna happen. I love her humor. I just love her vibe. I want to say like carefree, but you know, she's just someone who you can tell that she's just having fun with what she's doing, and whether it's the makeup that she's playing with, like she's just having a good time. And you know, people who can make me smile, especially these days, like I just think that's so great, and I just have fun watching her videos. And she does, I mean, she does a lot of makeup looks over there and reviews products, and she has new products that she talks about and complexion products and all of that. And I just think that she has a great channel and a great Instagram. I will definitely link both down below, but I highly recommend that you check out KinkySweat. All right, and then finally we have my favorites. So my first favorite that I have to mention is, of course, my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. I won't go too into detail because I know I've done a lot of videos on it and I've talked about it a lot, but it's been so exciting for me to see people getting their products and getting the collections and using them. I actually started a playlist for anyone who uses or talks about the collection. I started a playlist on YouTube, and it's kind of more for me, just so I can like watch it and keep up with everyone and see what everyone's saying and say thank you to everyone too, because honestly it means so much. But I can put the playlist in my description box if you'd want to check it out. And I found some new creators appears that way, and that's been so much fun to me. But just the support has been so fantastic. It's been such a hard time, obviously, for everybody right now, and I am definitely included in there, and it's such a bright spot of my day every single day when I get to see people using these products and talking about them and using them in looks. It just instantly puts me in such a good mood. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported the collab or shared about it, or if you've gotten any of the products or used them or anything. Like, it means so much to me. So thank you to everyone who has been supporting my collection with Ofra. I always have all of the details in my description box if there's anything you want to check out, but the full collection is on Ofra Cosmetics. You can also get the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight on Ulta Beauty. It was so weird to me this morning as I'm filming. I was going through the new arrivals page at Ulta just to see like what was going on, and as I was kind of scrolling to the end of the first page, then my name pops up, and I'm like, that is a feeling I can't fully comprehend yet. Like, it just all of a sudden, like, those 3 products just popped up, and I was like, ah! Like, it's just so weird, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so thankful. So thank you guys. You know, not only is this a favorite, of course, but just everyone who's been supporting it, and Ofra Cosmetics and everything, and I'm super grateful. So thank you. I've actually been seeing some of the products pop up in other people's favorite videos, and that is really wild to me. I guess I never even thought like that. Not that I want to say like I didn't think that was a possibility that could happen, but I didn't even think about that. I think Britt Clark was the first one to tag me that it was in a favorites video, and my head like spun around. I was like, what? Like, so cool. So thank you guys so much. Again, it's always linked in my description box if you're curious about it, but I'm super grateful for that, so thank you. All right, next up I have a lip liner. And I purchased this because of Kathleen Lights, and once again, one of her recommendations has turned into a favorite of mine, but this is from Pat McGrath. This is her Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil. I grabbed the shade Contour, just mostly because Kathleen said that's her favorite. Ooh, I really need to sharpen this, baby. I am really digging on this lip liner. I thought that I was, and I really wanted to put it in last month's Makeup Monthly, and even though I was like, I'm pretty sure I'd put it in my favorites, I was like, you need to try, like, maybe just try it a few more times just to be sure. And then I did. Like, I literally wore it one other time, and I was like, that was dumb. You totally could have reviewed it. But I think because it's a more expensive product, and I just really wanted to like not make sure, how do I explain this? I wanted to make sure for me, like, to know, yes, I've used it enough, I've tested it out enough, I know that it's a favorite for me, not for like anyone else or anything like that, but I wanted to know for me that I was putting it in the right category. Okay, I take these very seriously. But yeah, I'm totally digging the lip liner. If you can't tell, need to sharpen it, so there's that. The color it's more of like a nude brown. It's definitely more browny on me, I would say, but sometimes I like that look. Sometimes I like a bit of a darker lip liner, even with a lighter lipstick or a gloss or something like that. But the formula is really nice. It's super creamy. It's very easy to apply. It's not moving around and like slipping and sliding all throughout the day and all of that. It stays put, which I very much appreciate. But I just like how comfortable it is and how easy it is to use, and I think that this is fantastic. I generally, once again, I like generally have been keeping this in my purse for like when I'm going out and like all of that, but I'm not anymore, so that's a bummer, but I still think that it's a beautiful lip liner. Really enjoying this one from Pat McGrath. And then I do have a blush. I wasn't expecting this to be a favorite, but I love this blush. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow Blusher. And the shade that I have really been loving for myself is Pillow Talk. This is beautiful. I have had the Cheek to Chic blushes on my wish list for the longest time because so many people speak so highly of them, but they're expensive. They're $40 for a blush, and that, you know, that's pretty pricey. So it's like, is it really going to be worth it? And honestly, I think that it is really beautiful. So you have more of like a matte luminous shade, and then you have your kind of more of like your highlighty shade in the middle. I kind of just swish them around a little bit, and I think that it looks really beautiful. I love the pillow talk color. I think that it's great. I love the way it looks. I love the way it stays on. I really do think that it's a beautiful blush. Again, there's a lot that I like and really like and love from Charlotte Tilbury, but there's also some things that I have problems with the price tag, just like with the pillow talk palette. But this is one that I'm like, yeah, that's a nice blush. Okay, all right, and then finally, to finish off my favorites, this is a little bit different, but I wanted to mention these bags from Miss Allie Glines, my friend Allie Glines here on YouTube. I was so excited to see that she started her own company and that she first came out with makeup bags. So I did purchase the whole set myself. So I have the big one, and then this is the medium one, and then she has these smaller bags also. Honestly, I love the medium bag. It's just like the perfect size, and if you can see, I still have products in here from the last time I was out of town. It's like never gonna not hurt saying that, I swear. And I was so excited because I had 2 different trips planned in March, and I was like, I am bringing my Allie Glines bags. Like, I was gonna bring my big one. I was gonna have the small ones to put in my, I was gonna say my airplane bag, but you know, like my little personal item. I bought a new backpack at Target. Ooh, my mom got us new luggage from Christmas. I was like, 2020 is the year of travel. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I think the medium bag is really nice. Like, it holds a lot of products in here. I like that it's nice and long because I was even putting some brushes in here too. It fits so many products. I am super impressed with these. The quality on them is really nice. The material is really nice. The zipper, like, it just feels like good quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't feel like it's kind of like a cheapy bag or anything like that. I love that you can see through the top of it too. So it's easy for me to look at it and be like, oh, you know, did I grab whatever it may be that I always forget, you know? I can kind of peek in there and see. I am super proud of Allie. I think that these are so nice. I would definitely recommend them. I will link her website down below. Again, she's got multiple sizes, or you can buy the whole pack all together. And if you're just looking for one, if you're like, I'm not really in the market for a makeup bag right now, but like maybe one would be nice, I think the medium size is fantastic. But truly, like, I'm really excited that I have the whole set because we will travel again. We will.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And I'm going to use the bags even more when that day comes. But definitely wanted to mention these from Allie Glines because I think that they are fantastic and I'm super excited that I have them. After that, that is going to wrap it up for all of my beauty favorites. And normally at the end of the video, this is where I come on and give my book favorites. So I'm also a book blogger and a published author. And I mention any books that I've given a 5-star review to throughout the month. But in the month of March, I did not have any 5-star reviews go up on my blog, Chicklet Plus. I went through kind of a rough spell with books, so I get books in exchange for my review, just like I do with makeup and PR and all of that. So, I mean, I try to pick and choose. I don't say yes to everything, just like with makeup. I don't say yes to absolutely everything, but I love reading. I like trying out new genres and new authors, and unfortunately though, it just didn't really work out for me in March. I had a spell of some books that weren't the best, but that's okay. I wanted to share some book news instead. And I'm excited to say that my latest novel, which is The Sixth Lauren, is totally finished with the audiobook portion of it. We are currently just waiting on the company. It has to go through like a review with the company, which is ACX, which is technically Audible. It's like the technical side of Audible for authors and narrators. It just has to go through review, but with everything that's happening and a lot of their workers are working from home or they don't have as many workers right now, they have let us know that they've been backed up because it's been in review for a while now. It normally does not take this long, but I like literally every day I am checking to see if it is up yet. So the audiobook version of The Sixth Lauren is going to be up any day now. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it's coming soon because I know a lot of people are also turning to ebooks and to audiobooks, so I thought I would mention that that one is coming soon. I have other titles as well available on Audible. All of my books are available as ebooks and they are all either $3.99 or less. So $3.99 is the most expensive that my ebook is because I know that we're kind of turning towards the technological side of things to keep us entertained and all of that. So if you're looking for new books or a new book to listen to, I do have some options over there. And I wanted to let you know because I've gotten some questions of when The Sixth Lauren is going to be available in audio. I know a lot of you have listened to Christy and Scarlett via the audiobook. So Lauren is coming soon. I really hope like any day now, but I totally understand why it's just taking a little bit longer, but I hope that gets up soon. So I thought I could mention that in lieu of book reviews, but hopefully I will have some book reviews next month for my April wrap up. But I'm wishing you all a fantastic April. I know that this is a rough time right now. I did want to say that I've started a new 30-day challenge as well. I've started a new private Facebook page if you would be interested in connecting with me and some other Sam Squad members over there. I will have that linked in my description box, but it's just facebook.com/groups/secret Sam Squad if you want to request to join that private page. I have our 30-day calendar posted in there too, just trying to focus on being our best selves, but also staying positive and getting through this time together. It is the hashtag in this together challenge. So if you want to join that, the details are on that Facebook page, which I will be linking in my description box as well. But I hope that you guys will continue to stay well, and we will continue to get through this together. Thank you so much for continuing to watch my videos and support my channel. It means so much to me, especially right now, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. So thank you so much. I hope that you took something away from this video. I hope some of my reviews helped. If they did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video.